Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts!
Watch how it go down. Boston, Massachusetts, baby.
I'm Katie, and with me is...
Jose. Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts. We're going to use the best terminology that we can to explain to you what this city is like. Katie's been here before, right?
I was here when I was a kid.
It's my first... Oh, a windmill in the middle of the city. My first time seeing Boston in person. I'm super excited. I've always wanted to see the city. Renowned for its Irish influence, its sports teams, food, architecture. I mean, like, wow, what an exciting thing to finally see Boston, Massachusetts. It's about rush hour. Everybody's leaving Boston, but we're driving into Boston now.
It is 3:20 in the afternoon.
Yeah, but we're the only people driving into Boston. Everybody's driving out. So Boston is a city that is culturally influenced the United States from its foundation. A lot of the U.S. history is taking place here, so this is definitely a city that I'm super excited to see for myself. I know the architecture is beautiful, the history is strong, and I'm really excited to be here. I never thought I would be able to see this city, so what a skyline, what a view. I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
Seems like they have a few really tall buildings in the skyline. It kind of looks like 95 in Miami.
I've seen a lot of clocks on buildings. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am more than excited to be here. So, watch how it go down. It's been 22 long years, you know. Only people from Boston will know that reference. There's a Puerto Rican artist named Terminology. And when I was like a teenager, I would listen to him. He's from Boston. So
in 2 miles, use the right
that's when rap music was lyrical. Today, rap music is a butt farting, basically. Today, rap music is somebody eats a lot of nachos and Taco Bell and hot sauce, and then they put a microphone to their butt, and that's what rap music is today. A butt farting into a microphone. But back then, when rap music was lyrical and they had a real artistic sense to it, there's an artist called Terminology, which is still relevant today in some degree. And he was a very lyrical artist. And I grew up with a lot of people from New York and stuff, so they were like a lot of kids that I grew up with and hung out with when I was younger in Florida were either from New York or Boston, and they were really into lyrical music, and that's how I heard about Terminology, who's from Boston. If you don't want to be stuck in this traffic jam, you can just scroll forward in the video. This reminds me of Philadelphia, the way this tunnel's laid out. Again, if you're watching from home on your cell phone, you get bored of the traffic jam, all you have to do is just scroll forward until you're past the traffic jam, because I'm here. I can't scroll forward. Katie, you have been here before. Tell me about it.
Well, from what I remember, it was a lot of old buildings, and I went to an Egyptian museum while I was here.
Got to see Tutankhamun?
I don't think he was here.
He's been on tour for a long time.
Yeah.
Let the guy breathe, man. Tutankhamun's been on tour for like 4,000 years.
He's been on more tours than
Eminem.
I would say the Rolling Stones. Every time you see that, you're like, retirement tour.
Man, retire that guy. Look at that tower. What is that tower over there? Look, it looks like the Washington D.C. thing. What is that? You see, it looks like the thing in Washington. It looks like the thing in Washington D.C. What's the thing in Washington D.C. called? It's like a pyramid. A lot of Italian and Irish culture here. But we're here. Air quality sucks, man. There's a lot of
Why do you have your window open?
I don't know, I think it helps. I'm trying to breathe, but it really makes it worse probably.
Yeah.
Well, tell me more about your trip to Boston, baby. Get me through this traffic jam.
I was only here once. And I was only here for a few hours. I remember a lot of traffic. And this is like 2002. Remember, it was really hot. It was like August. Yeah, it
Were
was.
you guys just on vacation or something?
No. My dad had a work thing.
Mm-hmm.
He had to go some kind of training.
Mm-hmm.
So he brought us and my mom and my sister and I we went to Salem, we went to Plymouth, we went to Cape Cod. We just kind of drove around, and we went to that one day. We went to the museum.
Museum of Cuban Art?
No, Egyptian.
Oh. You ever been to the Museum of Cuban Mummies?
Did I have that?
No. Cubans weren't around back then. This sucks. How come nobody's been building?
I don't know.
Is that for like bus or cops or something?
Probably.
This sucks.
Not. It is moving. I will say that.
Crawling.
It's crawling.
Again, if you're watching from home, you could probably just scroll past all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna leave the video whole because when I do my dry runs in the cities, first time I see a city, I like a genuine experience, and I just feel like
This is
if
a
I start
genuine
editing the video, it takes away from the whole package.
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 Yeah.
Package.
Yeah.
So, did you like Boston when you came?
I remember liking it. I just don't remember it fully. I remember some parts. I mean, I was 12. So it was like 21 years ago.
So I remember stuff when I was 12 vividly.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was 6 vividly.
I remember some things, just not everything vividly.
I have memories from like when I was so young that when I tell my parents, they think I can't remember. Like I remember going to my brother's wedding. My parents think it's ridiculous that they're like, there's no way you remember that. And they have photos of the wedding, but then I tell them details before the wedding of how, like, supposedly I was too young to even remember that. But I remember, and I tell my parents, and like my dad would tell them my memories from. They're like, "There's no way you can remember that. You're too little." I'm like, "No, I remember all that."
Mm-hmm.
At what age can you have early? You might have to Google that. Your earliest memories. At what age do you have your earliest memories? Quédate en medio, mijo. What age? I think 3 or 4 for most people. Because I remember things that supposedly I shouldn't remember because I was too young.
Few adults can remember anything that happened to them before the age of 3. I mean, I have memories from before the age of 3.
I have vivid memories of the age. Like I told my brother, like he used to take me to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a photo shoot that I had with my cousin when we were like 19 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that.
Yeah, I remember stuff, but like
A lot.
yeah, I remember stuff from like probably 1.5, 2.
Look at that Monte Carlo, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I guess the fine for going in that line must be horrendous because if people here don't go into it, it must be a ridiculously heavy fine.
I remember being like really little and like swinging in a blanket. Yeah. I don't know.
Me too. Yeah, I remember that.
Like my grandparents would take both sides of the blanket and swing, and I was swinging the blanket really little.
I remember that. I see a skyline over here, kind of. Este tiempo es una tradición. Imagínate eso. Well,
I remember going to my grandparents' pool, and that was.
wasn't your
the
life
most-
great? You're always bragging about how you were a rich white suburban kid.
What? Okay.
I guess they had a boat too.
They actually did.
Ah!
We had a pontoon.
We had a airplane. Machachuchi.
Yeah. Look at the buildings.
It's so cool. I want to get down there.
Yeah.
But you got me stuck in the traffic jam.
We're almost out of it. Less than a mile will be off.
My mount fell.
The mount fell?
Mount.
It mount fell.
The Canadian Mounted Police, Katie. Este tipo se ha demorado. Claro, tranca de madre, hacer.
I love colonial architecture.
This is colonial?
Some of the stuff is.
I thought colonial was like in the Caribbean,
No.
mostly. I thought this is like,
This is old.
yeah, old. Yeah, that's one way to put it. This is old.
Yeah.
I like an ode architecture.
Historic.
Yes, there's a name for it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be called. Oh, here you go. Ooh, this is worth it. Wow, what a view! Hey, dropping my phone up. My phone
I
up.
dropped my own phone.
I don't care whose phone it was. You're not gonna be dropping it out here.
Okay. Okay, my love. Now it thinks you're gonna walk off the bridge.
As usual. Watch how it go down.
Yeah.
Este tipo se me atravesó.
Head southeast on I-93 South. Continue on I-93 South for 3/4 of a mile.
This is no longer fun.
Well, look at
The
that bridge.
architecture
That's
looks
kind of
cool.
cool. It's really
Yeah.
cool. I remember it being really cool.
No, it's definitely cool though.
Yeah. I like exploring new cities.
Warthog. You know, warthoggy. Warthog.
I love you despite your many faults.
I have faults.
I'm sure I have faults too.
You want a list? Or do you want a graph? I saw great sandwich shops in Philadelphia, but I was scared to get out.
Okay.
Tan tan taran tan 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 taran tan tan tan. Tremendo tranque, el tranque, pero que tremendo tranque, un tranque. Look at that gold Camaro. Snap it, man. Este tipo me va a chocar. Kind of reminds me of San Francisco. It has that like big city vibe, like San Francisco, you know?
Yeah.
Well, can we just get off on the exit and start driving around town? I'm tired of the highway. Ah, Este tipo, oye, pero que falta de respeto, mijo. Se me atravesó. Este tipo, hola, un camión atravesado, man. Para que tú sepas. Vamos, que son una cañona. Para que tú sepas, man. No. It's like if you give them an inch, they take it. You can't give these people any space. Here we go. Seems like a very compact city. I mean, it only took what, like 40 minutes to drive from Lawrence to here, which is like far in the outskirts. So it's like very compact. Somebody told us that we're gonna get a $50 fine for every time we got on the 407 in Toronto. We'll find out.
You're gonna get off the exit in like half a mile.
It would make a great topic. Marriott by Courtyard by Marriott. How much does that hotel stay there? Not that I want to stay in this mess of traffic, but just out of curiosity.
Okay.
And if you want to look at a traffic jam all day.
Okay.
Like if you want to remember traffic while you're in your room.
It says cost, and then there's like 4 money signs.
So they're sold out. I guess it's an Uber driver since person's in the back seat. And she looks too hot to be in his car. Definitely out of his league. Yeah, buddy. He's gonna put the top up for the bridge. Yeah, but oh, he's got a convertible though.
$293 a night.
That's not bad for being in the middle of the city.
No.
But the problem that gets you about these places is not just the cost of it's not just the cost of the hotel. It's that for sure you're gonna have to pay for valet parking there.
Yeah.
And the valet parking will be $50, and then the tip is gonna be $20. Next thing you know, that turns into $500. You know. Well, $500.
You're gonna have to figure out how to get over because your exit is that government center over there.
In 600 feet, use the right two
drive past
lanes
it, I
to
drive
take
past
exit
it.
17A,
We're just exploring, there's no real
17B,
destination.
17B toward Government Center.
We want to go downtown.
You are in downtown, Katie. You're here. This has to lead somewhere. We'll figure it out.
At least try.
Use the right two lanes
Dude,
to
I
take
can't
exit 17A, 17B, 17BA.
Relax.
Then keep right to continue on exit
Now,
17A.
exit is moving. It's gonna be impossible. I can try, but
Try.
I get so claustrophobic. That lane is actually moving too.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna let you pass here.
At least try.
I'm trying. Look at their bumper to bumper.
That one had a little bit of room.
No, you're not getting in there, Katie. It's bumper to bumper. You should have been paying.
See, people are trying to get over.
Yes, but they're not letting you though. They're not letting you. They're just not letting you. See how what this one had to do? And they're still not letting you. They crashed. Great.
Keep right to continue on exit 17A.
They're just not gonna let you. These people.
There you go.
Now I can't see the cars that are oncoming because of the angle. I'm just gonna go after this. I'm hoping that we don't tap nobody. There you go. And the CI's right there.
Yeah, the government center.
Dang it, they're not letting you. They're coming too fast. I'm gonna go after this one. See, this one was using the lanes just to move faster to cut people off.
Yeah.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto John F. Fitzgerald Surface Road.
Follow signs.
I'm I'm claustrophobic. These types of places make me feel. Ooh,
Government center.
I feel like I'm back in New York City. Left or right, Kitty?
To the right.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure about what you
Says follow signs for government center.
Machachuche. Algo sepa.
Turn left onto John F. Fitzgerald
You're
Circus
gonna
Road.
turn left, my love. And you are in Boston.
We're on the ground. Beach right now.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Broad Street.
We're in Boston. We're on the ground. Kind of reminds me of Miami the way it's laid out.
Yeah. Looks kind of cool. This is pretty cool. I remember a little bit of this. Someone got married.
So, I hear South Boston's the place. Is there like a very historic neighborhood?
Yeah, there's a historic district.
So is Massachusetts number 32 or 34? 34, right?
Yeah.
Number 34 to 54.
If you
right
can get
onto
over,
Broad Street,
get over.
then turn left
Go
on
into
Franklin Street.
downtown.
Here's the thing. I don't think they're gonna let me get over.
Turn left onto Franklin
This car
Street.
has way too many blind spots. What happens if I just keep driving on this
We'll
road?
just keep exploring.
Yeah, we're exploring. Who cares? Let me see a map and kind of orientate myself a little bit. Let's go to South Boston. I hear that's quite the place.
South Boston waterfront to the left.
Imagine that. You can just hear horns in the distance. I might have. All you hear is horns. I don't know. I might have to edit this video. There's a lot of downtime. State official. Beep. I'm gonna click start so we can go there.
Okay.
In 600 feet, turn left onto Congress Street.
Downtown crossing over to the right.
To the right?
Yeah. Do you want to go there?
I think that's like to get out of downtown. Mira ese sinvergüenza, bro. Ese tipo.
Did we just find a...
Sinvergüenza. Ese tipo es un sinvergüenza, bro. Very aggressive. Left up here.
Yeah, left at Congress.
I will say the people here seem awfully rude. Like his hand gestures were any other city that he would have cracked up. Here his hand gestures were like really aggressive. You catch that?
He did crack up. He was like,
no.
what? I haven't
No,
heard
his hand gestures were really aggressive.
this.
Yeah, his reaction was really aggressive. Anywhere else in America, he would have cracked up. Smells like weed. Ugh.
You caught him off guard. He's like, that person's from Miami.
There's a lot of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans here.
Yeah.
But his hand gestures were really aggressive. Can you turn on this lane?
Yeah.
Can you turn here?
Yeah.
Smells like herb really strong. Is it legal here?
Turn right onto Dorchester Avenue.
Look it up. Is it legal? It's like really strong. I'm gonna guess it is. If it's rec, say rec. Med, rec, or no.
Turn right onto Dorchester Avenue, then turn left onto Summer Street.
What's up there? Down here.
Tea Party Museum.
Turn left onto Summer Street.
Cool. That's the Tea Party thing?
Yeah.
These people were
Then
drinking,
southeast
dog.
on Congress Street toward Harbor Hawk.
Cool, man. We went to the Tea Party. You know they have a boat here that
Right
was
onto
like
West Service Road
still in
Extension.
service or something.
Yeah.
People take photos here, look, with the Tea Party thing. There's like a bunch of people taking photos here.
Okay.
Hey, I want to be in that photo.
Yes.
You take a photo of me too, man. Here, come here, come on. Take a photo with the skyline behind me. That's Tea Party right there. Sounds like herb. Oh look, the hood. They're in the hood. That's the hood. That's the hood brand. That makes the little hood, dog. In the hood, dog.
It's legal.
Okay.
For use.
Yeah, I'm sure there's nobody sick around here. That's for rec.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure, it's medical. Sure. Because being in downtown just makes you sick. Makes me sick, I'll tell you that much. Oh, he just went on red. You have a turn signal? Wow. ¿Qué cosa, man?
Turn right onto West Service Road Extension. In a quarter mile, turn right onto South Boston Bypass. Turn right onto
UPS
South
truck
Boston
flipped.
Bypass.
How?
So you got rear-ended by a similar.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Cypher Street.
Cypher Street, oh. Cypher, no.
Turn left onto Cypher Street.
Nobody coming. Oh, very fast. Oh, miss my turbo truck. It'll be like.
Okay.
Turn right onto D Street, then turn left onto East 1st Street.
Right.
All right now.
Turn right.
I turn right. I turn left. Let me see. I turn right. I turn left.
Turn left onto East 1st Street, West 1st Street.
Where are we going again?
You're going down by the water. It's South
Oh, okay.
Boston.
I heard South Boston's the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do not enter.
You can't go straight. You have to turn left.
But why are there cars facing that way if you can't go straight?
Huh?
It's a one way, but then there's cars facing that way. I'm sleepy and tired. Driving all day. I don't trust you driving to these big cities. I don't even
In
trust
a
you driving
quarter
to the
mile,
woods.
turn right onto Dorchester Street.
Just about took that poor biker out in Maine.
Okay.
Okay, we're in Opelika. I'm exhausted. These road trips are so tiring.
Yes.
And I'd rather be tired from driving all day than scared from watching you drive through the cities.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody knows your driving sucks.
Okay. Okay, Jose.
You don't see me crashing into crap.
Okay, Jose.
This neighborhood sucks. Come on, man. You got to go. I knew it was a woman because she had the right to go and then she asked for permission. Women are very submissive animals.
Turn right onto Dorchester Street.
Turn right. Turn right. Dorchester.
Turn left.
Turn right.
Left. Left.
In 1,000 feet,
I'm
turn
starving.
right to stay on Dorchester Street.
Okay, you're only taking me to the middle of the neighborhood. There's nothing here.
Okay.
So you kind of brought me here for what? Why do you bring me here? Why do you bring me here? There's nothing here.
Okay.
Isn't there a neighborhood called Dorchester? That sounds like a nice place to go. I'm gonna freestyle for a little bit. Freestyle here. This is supposed to be a bad area. How is this a bad neighborhood? It's nice to me. Is this supposed to be a bad neighborhood here? How?
I see people
Walking dogs.
with
I can't see crap.
more expensive clothing than I'm wearing.
Cars too. Look at these cars.
Yeah.
How is this a bad neighborhood? Just want to see what the crowd's about. I don't like it. At least this part here. The buildings are all gray and white. And then all of a sudden it turns into a one-way. Why? Why Boston? That's a one-way too. So you have to turn left. You can't turn right. You can't go straight. You have to turn left. You're forced to take a left here. Okay. And look at that Maserati. How is this a bad neighborhood? There's like Maseratis hanging around. Somebody did tell me that the Dorchester place is just south of here. We'll go to the waterfront and then we'll head that way. These pothole things are wicked. I might scratch up my rims, bro. Oh, man, my rims, dog. I'm gonna go this way. This road's in bad shape. I thought this was supposed to be a bad area. How is this a bad area? Bad what? And we have to go left here, I guess. No turn red. asparagus. Are we missing something that's just hitting not as cool as I thought it would be?
I think we've just been to enough American cities that we're just
Not
like
impressed by anything more.
we're like, oh,
It takes
okay.
more impression.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like it.
Yeah, it's alright.
And I like it does have a lot of character. Especially that one. Well, it's different than the rest, so.
Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we're in South Boston. Oh, we should have really taken a right here. We'll take that William Day Boulevard all the way to Dorchester. Should really try to take a right here. We should really try to take a right here.
Okay.
These cars are all from Massachusetts. Have you noticed all these cars are from Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Let's take that route right there.
Okay.
Let me try the volume. I think I can't hear it.
William J. Day Boulevard.
I don't know about you. I'm ready to have dinner already. It's only 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We could, after that, we'll head to Providence and maybe try to settle down in Providence. See if we can find hotels. How many hotels in Providence that you had found?
Yes, I had found stuff in Providence.
Make sure we get the hotel early. We don't want to be like in these big cities.
Do you want me to get it now?
Yeah, start looking in Providence for a hotel. Providence or whatever that. Oh, look at the beds! What the wow! This is a wow! What's happening? Cut! Hey, no, you pimping! This old man's pimping! What's happening, player? It's Mr. Big. He's just keeping it real, dog. He got the Benz on Vogue with the top down. Listening to MJ and 8 Ball and MJG and just got a gold grill on his way to pick up them. Make sure his girls are on the corner. He's just pimping. He's just keeping it real, dog. That old guy has been pimping his whole life. That's the type of guy that'll die like on Mount Everest one day. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a player, dog. Just keeping it real. Wine doesn't get old, it gets aged. You know what I'm saying, player? He's just keeping it real, dog. The realest is the realest, you heard me, Wody? He's in his convertible Benz with the Vogue tires. Listening to Mr. Big. Mr. Big, Mr. Big. You know, he's just keeping it real. I actually bought a Mercedes-Benz just like that a while back. You guys remember I bought it? It was a red one. Just like that. Unfortunately for me, there were some contingencies on the contract that I put for the dealership. And the dealership couldn't find anybody to repair the contingencies. And they were quite some expensive contingencies. So we ended up having to get our money back, which is not what I wanted, but it's unfortunately how it worked out. I'm a sucker for old German cars.
Turn right onto William J. Day Boulevard.
Nice. Pretty sure I found it.
The hotel?
Yeah.
Show it to me. Is parking available?
Oh yeah.
It's in the
Like
outskirts?
you can see the pictures for the hotel, and you can definitely see it because we've
Book it.
stayed in that model.
I'm sure because parking is a huge thing in these big cities.
Mhm.
Just verify on Google Maps that it has a parking lot.
Mhm.
How far are we from it?
I'll
Your
put it
GPS address, tell me real quick. Is it expensive?
220.
It's not gonna be cheap in these big cities. Mr. Big, Mr. Big. They call me Mr. Big. Somebody's blasting music. And it's not even cool music. It sounds like, wow, they're blasting pop. Like that pop you would listen to. Am I taking it right here when this road ends?
Oh, I had to turn that off, love.
I'll figure it out. I will. Like, just trust me. I will totally figure it out. I'm gonna go right just to go right. I never wanna hear you say, 'cause I want it that way.
Yes, it has parking.
Okay, how far away from it?
We are an hour from it.
Let's go.
Hour and 10 minutes.
In a quarter mile,
We saw Boston.
slide left to stay on William J. Day
It
Boulevard.
wasn't like we were able to sit down at
Slowdowns on your
a
route are
Boston
causing
pub
a
and get in
25-minute delay. You are on the fastest route. You will arrive at 5:20 p.m.
Okay, I got our
Yeah,
room.
that is what it is. I mean, it's not like we're gonna be able to get into Boston and see like everything,
Yeah.
and that's unfortunate. But it is what it is, really.
And there's the beach.
Bless their heart. They just don't know any better. I do want to drive to that Dorchester place before we head to the hotel.
Okay, just confirm that.
In 400 feet, slide left to stay on William J. Day Boulevard.
Why are those two guys doing that? It'd have been a perfect scenic photo of the background if there weren't two guys. Okay. Alright.
Slide left to stay on William J. Day Boulevard.
Right. Alright, so before we head out of
Continue on William
Boston,
J. Day Boulevard for 3/4 of a mile.
I want to go into that. We're heading in the same direction
Head
anyway.
west on Columbia
Yeah.
Road toward
Okay.
I want to go into that
Street.
Dorchester
We got the
neighborhood.
room.
600 feet, sharp left onto Babe Ruth Park Drive. Sharp left onto Babe Ruth Park Drive.
It's going to. Okay.
You got the reservation?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it's taking you through there.
Make sure we actually get into the Dorchester neighborhood. That's one area at
Head
Boston I want to
west
see.
on Columbia Road.
Yeah, that's if you're coming to Boston, that's the area you want to see. You know what I mean?
Take
Like,
the third exit onto Columbia Road.
I'll put in the hotel later. I've already
Yeah.
got it, the room. I'm just gonna get you into where you would like
see
to go.
Are those all pigeons? It's a pigeon.
Do you want to stop and play with the pigeon?
There's two like seagulls among the pigeons. Oh my God, that's a Family Guy thing. Remember, like
Head
with the
southwest on Columbia.
Why does
pigeons.
it think we're walking there? That irritates me.
É o pombo brasileiro. É pombo.
Head southwest on Columbia Road. In 50 feet at the traffic circle, take the third exit onto Columbia Road.
I have no
Old
idea.
Colony
I went this way
Avenue.
because it looked cool. A rotary liquor. It's liquor.
Head north on Old Colony Avenue toward Patterson Way. In 500 feet, turn left onto Dorchester Street.
Okay, that
Turn
is
left onto
Dorchester.
Dorchester Street. Then turn left onto Vinton Street.
Dorchester Street will take you to Dorchester.
I would assume. Cadillac wagon. Looks like a beluga whale. Looks like a
You are on
constipated
the
beluga whale.
fastest route despite some traffic. You
Oh my gosh, this guy's wearing cashmere with one of those Dutch hats. He looks
Yeah.
like a total jerk. I want to go there and punch him in the face.
No, you will be kind to all people.
Including people that look like jerks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm sure there's nice parts of the city, but we're just gonna go to South Boston and Dorchester. That pretty much sums it up. I mean, what else do you need to see in Boston? Notice how it's just littered on the side of the road. You can tell it's all one person because it's all the same brand. It's just open the door, throw everything out the door. Let somebody else clean it up. This guy's from New York. Oh, how are we ever gonna make this left turn here? We won't be able to. I have to get a light where you can actually get a light. I'm not gonna stall all those people behind me. That's crazy. This will work better here. I don't have the heart to stall out that many people behind me.
Head northwest on Old Colony Avenue toward Gustin Street.
Not like these people would care about me being
Make a
stalled
U-turn
out.
at East Street.
It's like a Detroit that never went to crap.
In a quarter mile at the traffic circle, take the second exit. Head northwest on Old Colony Avenue toward D Street, then turn left onto D Street.
Why am I decent towards people who want to give me a
Turn
second
left
other
onto
time?
D Street.
I'm
Just
too
turn
kind.
on D Street. You're good.
I'm just too kind of a person. That's what it is. Well, at least we got to see the Tea Party thing, right?
Yeah.
That's all you really need to see.
Yeah.
Where the Tea Party fight was. These Bostons are rebels. There's a brick in the middle of the road. Eventually that brick will be used to slaughter somebody. It's just too bad of a thing for them. They can't have that. It's just a random brick next to a pipe and a needle. That brick is going to eventually end up across somebody's head. It's just okay, so now I'm going to have to take a left turn at some point. And gosh, I hate to be the one, but a person behind me, I'm sorry, brother, I have to make this left turn. Not a single opportunity. Well, I could have gone there if I really explored it. Let me see here.
In 600 feet, turn left onto Dorchester Avenue.
Dorchester. What, you honking a horn at me? I'm from the streets, dog. You picked the wrong one. Today you picked the wrong one to honk the horn at. Where's that brick again? That brick is gonna end up hurting
Jose.
some. What?
Be kind to people.
I'm a peaceful person. And you're law abiding and you're with
Turn
me.
left onto Dorchester
You
Avenue,
won't let
then
me
turn left
attack
onto
random
Damrell Street.
people with a brick.
No.
You gotta be a decent human being.
Yes.
Thank you for helping me be a better person.
That's what marriage is supposed to be like. You're supposed to help the other person
left
become
onto
a better
Damrell Street.
person.
When we get to the
In
hotel,
1,000 feet, turn right.
I'm not gonna feed you till
Head
you run
south
and
on
tremble.
Dorchester Avenue toward Alger Street.
Help you be
Same
a better-
goes for you.
In 1,000 feet, turn left
Yeah.
onto Preble Street.
How about you start walking now? Get out. Oh no, don't cry, baby. Vaccines are available. No, but I mean, they're still doing vaccines out here. Bless their hearts. They just don't know any better. Bless their hearts. Like they're gonna find somebody who hasn't done it yet around
Turn
here.
left onto Preble Street.
Turn left on Pebble.
This is really their bad neighborhood. There's a white woman drinking a Starbucks Slurpee. How is this a bad neighborhood? That's a bad white woman though. Y'all go ahead, man. Y'all go ahead if you want to. Okay, I guess not. I guess I can't. I was gonna let you go, but they won't let me let you go. I was trying to be nice and courteous, but you can't be nice and courteous
In
around here.
1,000
It's against the
feet,
law.
at the traffic circle, take the first exit onto Columbia
That woman's
Road, Old
hardcore. She
Colony
looks like
Avenue.
she'd stab you with her purse.
Yeah.
How is this a bad neighborhood? I don't get it. They think this is a bad neighborhood? Those two guys look kind of tough. In the hood, though. One was just here a minute ago.
Yes, you
What the
didn't
crap
let it
is
go
the
around
road?
the. So now you
This
have
guy's
to
from
actually go
Florida.
around this.
It's got the orange and blue. Look like a Florida Gators fan in Boston. What the crap is a rotary? I got to honk my horn at somebody. I'm just going. I'm not even gonna stop for anybody. Y'all just know I'm crazy. I'm from Florida.
This still wasn't it, but this is it. Okay.
Is this a hood now?
Mm-hmm.
This one of the projects. That's the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go in there?
Jose,
There's
keep
cops.
going. Keep going.
How do you go in the hood, dog? The project. I want to see the Boston hoods. I guess it's just this one apartment complex right here in the ring. Cops pulling people over and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These are the hoods. These are the projects. That's it? That's the hood to some projects?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap. They got them out of the vehicle. These are the hood right here. Look, these are projects.
Mm-hmm.
How do I go in there? I'm going in the hood, though. Oh, that do look Grammy a little bit. Is there parking spots in
One
here?
way. One way.
That do look like a hood, though. People hanging out in the hood, though. How do I, let's get back in here, okay. That's the hood, though. Just one little project.
800 feet at the traffic circle, take the second exit onto Morrissey Boulevard.
Okay, so we're in the hood now. Nice. This is all I wanted to see is the hood. I wanted to make sure there was a hood somewhere.
Head south on Old Colony Avenue. In 600 feet, slight right toward William T. Morrissey Boulevard.
I have to.
Slight right toward William T. Morrissey Boulevard.
Okay, so they have projects.
They have trains.
Yeah, they also have trains.
I like trains.
They will get you from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
Point A to point B on the train is the only way I can
Continue for half a
explain.
mile.
Train and bus station.
Why are you excited about
trains.
a train and a bus station?
Well, I'm excited about
What are
the
you, a
train
hobo?
parts.
You're like, man, it's a bus. I can do for train.
No, I just like trains.
Okay, I'll buy you a train. I wanted to set up. Okay, if you like trains, then why wouldn't you let me spend $1,400 on those train tracks that you can put around your house? I wanted to have like those trains that like the little miniature train sets.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, a while back I was trying to convince you to let me buy it, and you're like, nope.
I think we should buy it eventually. But I think we should buy it in a place where we actually own it.
Yeah, because you gotta put holes through the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't put holes in the walls in your apartment. Like, why do you guys put holes through the wall? Because we had a miniature
That's
train
why I
set.
said no, because you have to own the place.
Yeah, you can't rent an apartment and put a hole through the wall and have a train flying through the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. There used to be a store in South Louisville that sold that. They're out of business now, I think, but that was one cool store.
Yeah.
They sold miniature trains, tracks, churches, houses, buildings, stores.
We have our own house. We're
I gotta
getting
have
a
that,
bunch
yeah.
of cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh no. Machachuchi? Machachuchi? Machachuchi.
And I do want to own my own house because
Slight right onto Morrissey
when you
Boulevard.
rent an apartment, you can't have things like fish tanks. Yeah, we're not allowed to
Continue on
fish in our
Morrissey
apartment.
Boulevard for
Whoa.
3/4 of a mile.
Well, as much as we got going on in our life right now, do you think we have time for a fish tank?
No.
Those fish will be dead by the time we get back from this road trip.
They have feeders where you can feed them for like 3 weeks to a month.
Automatic feeders.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if one of the fish dies, stinks up, and then I guess they'll eat the ones that die.
Yeah.
Fish are savages like that.
Yeah.
Look at the water, man.
That's cool, and they got
Looks
the
like
boats
Tampa.
too.
It looks like Tampa.
Yeah.
This is like a Tampa in the north.
Yeah.
No wonder people from Boston like Tampa. It looks like Tampa.
Yeah.
In a 1/4 mile, turn right toward Freeport Street.
I think we head to Providence. I don't really care about seeing their hoods here.
Okay.
Or do I? I'm not sure. This traffic has been aggravating.
I got you.
Head south on Morrissey Boulevard.
Let's just go to Providence.
Mhm.
Tomorrow will be a new day.
Mhm.
We didn't even travel that much. We started off and we started off. We didn't even do that much today. What's up right now?
Continue Morrissey Boulevard for 1 mile.
Not really accomplishing a whole lot.
You are on the fastest route despite heavier than usual traffic.
But
You
then
arrive at
we
5:27
did
p.m.
1, 2, 3 states unaccomplished. These areas are geographically small, but the traffic sucks. I'm so tired. Tokyo Diamonds. I had no idea that Hood Milk was from Boston. Put a little hood on that. Homeless person begging. I don't like this city at all. It's like it doesn't really.
Appeal.
It has no appeal to it. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
You agree with me?
Yeah.
It's kind of like toned down,
Yeah.
lackluster. Well, we thought the most of the Northeast was like that.
Yeah.
On our last trip, when we did New York, Philly, Baltimore, kind of definitely Washington was like that.
Yeah.
Got all the litter. After seeing Montreal, Toronto, Quebec, you come here and see this, you're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
In a quarter mile, take the I-93 South, US 1 ramp on the left to Braintree, Cape Cod.
Taking it right?
Left.
Left or right?
Left. See the Braintree Cape Cod? That's
Okay,
where you're
gotcha.
going.
Take the I-93 South ramp
That
on the
ramp
left,
up there.
then merge onto I-93 South.
Don't get me wrong, they have beautiful historic neighborhoods. Cape Cod. Maybe tomorrow we can explore more Massachusetts. I'm not sure. Traffic, brother. Woohoo! Okay. Traffic, and they get really close to you.
Continue on I-93 South for 3/4 of a mile.
3/4 of a mile.
Just getting off the first exit either way. So,
Okay. You sure?
just 11B, so it'd be like the second or. But you're getting off fairly quick.
Yeah, this is not really an appealing city. It's just, at least in New York, you have a bigger sky. You have similar traffic, but you have a bigger skyline to look at. I'm not really impressed. The hood didn't look that hood. Bunch of cops over there. What's going on? Yeah, something bad happened there? Looks like their cops got that business blocked up. Is that the hood though? How come you're never excited by crime? see how living here could be entertaining at all. This is just. At least in New York City, you're looking at like big buildings and stuff. You know, like yeah, you're in traffic, but you're looking at something. You know, like, there's not really. I'm not really a fan of the city. And the people don't seem to drive as aggressive as I was told.
Mm-hmm.
They seem about normal, right?
Yeah.
I thought Lawrence Place was horrendous for driving.
Mm-hmm.
But this is kind of like just drive normal.
Mm-hmm. This is our exit right here. This is 11B.
So that's where the Tea Party thing happened?
Yeah.
In 800 feet, take exit 11B for Granite Avenue toward Massachusetts 203, Ashmont.
This is your exit.
Exit 11B, then sharp left onto Granite Avenue.
I'll take sharp left ahead.
Sharp left onto Granite Avenue.
Oh, really, Siri? You think I'm going to be able to pull that off? Crap. I might be able to. Fly like an eagle.
Continue on Granite Avenue for 1.5 miles.
Yeah, pull it off. Off to Rhode Island. Is our hotel in like the outskirts of Providence, or?
Yeah, it's not in Providence.
Okay.
It's actually in Lincoln, but it's a suburb.
Lincoln, Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we driving? Oh, look how pretty the houses are here.
It's similar to the one we stayed in when we were at Gatlinburg.
That was a cool hotel.
Yeah. The only difference is it's not an outdoor pool, it's an indoor pool.
Makes sense. The houses look pretty, look.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these neighborhoods look cool.
Keep left.
You sure?
Yes.
Look at the map.
It said
Keep left.
to stay on because
Oh, I got you.
that's a different road.
Okay. The houses look very Cape Cod looking houses.
Mhm.
In a 1/4 mile, keep left to stay on Granite Avenue. There's a 13-minute slowdown on I-93 in 0.75 miles. You're on the fastest route. You will arrive at 5:31
I don't want
p.m.
to be another slowdown.
Well, that's the route that we have to take. There's no alternate routes left.
I'm tired of being in slowdowns.
I know, but you're...
Here's a gas station. Can I at least go in there and use the bathroom real quick?
Keep going.
I need to use the bathroom like really bad, bro. Well, you're selfish and greedy. Fine. When my bladder explodes in the car and there's urine all over the car in your face, you're gonna wish you hadn't
Keep left to
said
stay
that.
on Granite Avenue, then slide left onto Adams Street.
Left. So they're trying to go right and we're trying to go left. Come on, man.
Slide left onto Adams Street.
No, slight left, slight right.
In a
Left
1/4 mile,
Adams
Katie,
use
Katie,
the
look at the
left
map.
lane
Look at the
to
map.
take the
Shut up. I'm looking at the map. I'm
I-93
looking at
south,
you.
US 1 South ramp to
You almost made me
Braintree,
crash. Don't do
Cape
that. Next time it's gonna be a strong pan that's gonna come at you. And
Okay.
it's gonna correct all your misformities. Touch me against what's gonna happen. Most confusing roads. It's not so much that, you know, it's not so much I just feel like this city's just badly planned. You know what this is? This is what this is like. One suburb grew into one and another. It's just bad planning. Bad planning for hundreds of years. This is what most of the United States will become. Oh no, look at this traffic. This is what most of the United States will become because of bad planning. Seems like they build suburbs right outside the city, and then those suburbs got more suburbs and more suburbs. Next thing you know,
use the left lane to take the I-93 South ramp, then merge onto I-93 South.
they just kept building suburbs and suburbs and more suburbs. And next thing you knew, you had 50 different suburbs wrapping around the city, and each suburb had its own road network because they didn't never really no long-term planning. This is what Florida's going to become. Except for Florida's flat. It's just bad urban development and bad urban planning. Whoever designed this city ain't crap. Who founded Boston, kid? You found out who founded Boston?
Continue on I-93 South for 2 miles.
That'll be like the founding fathers or something. I didn't want to know at this point. It's gonna make me look bad for saying that. So what happened in Boston? The Tea Party. What was the Tea Party?
We found a faster route via I-95 South, which saves 3 minutes. If you prefer to stay on the current route,
Taxation.
continue on I-93 South for half a mile.
We're getting taxed. I'm actually, you know what's ironic? I'm driving in this car right now and I'm thinking about how much we're gonna have to pay in taxes this year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. That's actually what I was thinking in the back of my mind. I'm like, how much taxes are we gonna pay? So where are we gonna come up with this money for taxes? So they revolted against the British over taxes?
Mm-hmm. The first European to live in what would become Boston was William Blackstone.
Okay. Isn't he a comedian?
He could have been very funny, but he came here in 1630.
You know what is horrible about American history? None of America's founding fathers were hilarious. They're all like serious and wearing like feathers on their heads and stuff. Like none of them like ever like showed up to like an important thing dressed like a turkey or something. You know, like they weren't funny. They were just serious, down to business people. Not like the Austrians. They were freaking hilarious. Austrians were freaking funny people.
Take this exit 8.
So what important things happened in Boston? Can you look up like the history of Boston? Like, there was supposed to be something important happen here. Founding fathers or the first island or something.
The American Revolution.
Isn't that in Philadelphia?
Boston had taken an active role in the protest against the Stamp Act of 1865. And there was the Boston Tea Party that was
600
here.
feet, take exit 8 toward Furnace Brook Parkway.
And Americans focused on their rights, especially the principle of no
Take
taxation
exit 8,
without
then keep left at the
representation.
Oh, you can get taxed. You just have to be represented.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: if that's the principle of this state, then why are the roads so bad in Lawrence? They're getting taxed. They're not
Keep left at the fork.
fixing the roads. They're getting taxed. Isn't Massachusetts one of the worst states for taxes now?
In a quarter mile, slide
Regardless?
left toward Willard Street.
Yeah.
Are they not one of the worst states for taxes regardless these days?
Yeah.
So what's the point? They fought for something and now they're the worst at it still?
Yeah.
You almost crashed. According to Siri. I need a bathroom. So bad. Too bad.
Slide left toward Willard Street.
Look at these roads. You get on an interstate, you get off. You get another interstate, you get off. You get a stop sign, you get a stoplight. You do a roundabout, you do a rotary.
Continue for 1 mile.
What the crap is this? This is absolutely the most horrendous. This is worse than Birmingham. At least they have mountains as an excuse. This is worse than trying to cross from Mountain Brook to Birmingham. At least they have mountains and racism as an excuse while there's a barrier. South Stream. I am not appealed by this place at all. It really is unappealing.
Yeah.
I thought like some other historical crap happened here.
Mm-hmm.
No, like the founding fathers never got in a fist fight with each other. Nothing. They weren't.
Paul Revere's Midnight Ride.
Oh yeah, man, he was riding through the hood at night.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's something right there. He got on a horse and drove around the hood at night, telling people
The British were coming. The British are coming.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were scared though.
Mm-hmm.
The British. I read a book about Paul Revere's Midnight Ride. He got on a horse and drove around screaming the British were coming. People thought he was crazy. And then the British came and they're like, oh crap, he was right. We thought he was drunk. Seems like something you would do if you were drunk and on a horse and ride around telling people the British were coming.
Pretty well.
And the British were coming like, that Paul Revere guy's been drinking again.
Oh.
That Paul Revere guy's drunk out of his mind. He was running around last night at 2 in the morning screaming the British were coming. And what happened to like hilarious history? No, what country? There's not a single, other than the Austrians. They're hilarious, and nobody else is funny. It's not like there's any historical account that somebody did something hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Other than like the last 5 years have been hilarious, but other than before the last 5 years, maybe Hitler could have done some interesting stuff.
What? Okay.
Nobody in historical accounts of people who are hilarious. Benjamin Franklin flying a kite in the rain, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Is somewhat hilarious. I'm sure people thought he was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Historical accounts that are funny. The Trojans built a horse to attack the Persian army or the Bosnians or something. History's not funny. It's not like a country enslaved a country and then made them.
US 1 South ramp to I-95.
It's not like a country enslaved another country and then made them do something really funny. Like, it's always been serious. Why is history not funny? Nobody's done anything funny throughout the history of humanity. History sucks. It's boring. Some country needs to come out with some like really funny historical crap. Like, you're not helping me, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Countries with a hilarious history, other than the last 5 or 6 years here.
In 600 feet, turn right onto the I-93 South, US 1 South ramp to I-95 Dedham. Turn right onto the I-93 South ramp.
What country has a hilarious
Continue
history?
on I-93 South for 3 miles.
History is not funny. I don't think you've ever been in a history book and like the whole class cracks up at something that happened. Nothing funny ever happened in history. That's why modern politicians are the best. They all have funny quotes that are inappropriate. Take, like I said, in the last few years, there's been a few funny things happen.
Mm-hmm.
We will have, there will be decorum in the house or something. And there's this like lady who's like a complete hick. I think she's from like South Carolina or Georgia. It's just like a total hick. Like she shows up drunk to Senate or whatever, and then like she was like she had a chance to talk. She was like drunk. She's like, "There will be order in the house," and everybody's like cracking up like, "Yeah, isn't that the lady that shows up drunk?" I'll tell you what, man, alcoholics are a trip, man. They're funny. Oh, there was Donald Trump's famous quote of grabbing a woman. That's pretty funny. Was that before or after?
That wasn't funny.
That was before he was. Oh, come on. There you are with your feminism. Here you are with your stupid feminism. That was freaking hilarious. Here you are with your stupid feminism. That was the most hilarious thing. Did he say that as a president or before?
I don't know, but
Look it up when he said it. Look it up when he said it. Because if he said it when he was a businessman, then it didn't count. When did he say that? You're always being a feminist, caring about women's rights and stuff. That was hilarious. I don't even like the guy, but that was funny. And then he went on to explain it. Like, oh yeah, for sure, I'll do it all the time. I'm sure that was before he was president. Might have been during. I'm not sure. This traffic sucks. It was probably before he was president.
I guess the video's from like 2005.
Oh man, that's too old. Yeah, he at that point he didn't know he was gonna be president. Politicians doing something hilarious. They're not funny. Politicians are not funny at all. They're always serious, and nobody walks in the House of Representatives and be like, "Hey, y'all, how about we give ourselves a raise?" And everybody laughs, and then like they write a law, and then like LOL at the end. Just kidding, we won't do that. No, they have decorum in the House. You can't think about any hilarious historical accounts. Subscribers watching this video, help us. Historical accounts. What are we doing here? Stay in this lane. Oh, didn't like Pancho Villa like give Mexico away for like a leg or something?
Yeah.
In exchange for his life, he was like, "Y'all can keep Texas and that was kind of funny." Kind of cowardly, but still funny. Who else? Canadians. They seem like they'd do something funny. No. There's no country that when you think about their history, you're just like, oh yeah, those people. Yeah, they're funny.
There's a 5-minute slowdown on I-95 south in 4 miles. You are still on the fastest route.
Yeah. Bosnia sure hasn't done anything funny. They're too serious. Germans haven't done anything funny. What they've done is actually on the other extreme, which is way too serious to even joke about. Cambodians. Now those people are funny.
No.
They did the same thing as Germany?
Yeah.
Dang it. Italians. Huh?
No.
Italians. Yeah, they're funny. They were like more fancy. They were hilarious. They wore like reeds on their heads and like they had statues of people that were naked wearing reeds on their heads. That's pretty. Those are Greek did that too. Okay, so let's be honest. The Italians were hilarious. Don't the like Italian emperors, like or whatever the crap they were called, have like statues where they're naked, like
feet,
with feathers on their head?
Continue on I-93 south.
That's the Italians, right?
Okay.
Don't they have like a historical? Like there's a historical statue of like an Italian emperor where he's wearing nothing, just his parts,
Okay.
and then like he's wearing like a flower on his head or something.
Okay, who's it?
So the
Keep
Italians
right
were
to
definitely
continue on
hilarious.
I-93 South.
Like all the like Egyptians built like towers and
Continue on I-93
pyramids,
South
and
for
the
3
Italians
miles.
were just like, you know what? We're gonna make a statue of me wearing nothing. This included right here in the statue. But Emperor, you're not even that big. It doesn't matter. It's hilarious that I'm not that big. And then I want like a wreath on my head with flowers. And we're gonna put thousands of these statues. They're gonna be around for thousands of years. Yes, the Italians, they were hilarious. And then they're like, we're gonna make a city with canoes instead of cars. I think the Italians were funny. The Spaniards sure as crap weren't funny. Actually, they were. Think about the Spaniards. They went around like conquering people's lands and then making them be their religion. Like, you have to repent for repent for not giving us your land, right there. Well, the Spanish people are funny too, man. Imagine like somebody takes over your country and they're like, well, we're just gonna take your land and take your women, but if you become our religion, we'll still keep your women. That's pretty funny. I think that's funny. Kind of cruel, but in a funny way. Native Americans typing. Who
In
else?
2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 1A for I-95 South toward Providence, Rhode Island.
How about Brazilians? They're not funny? Haitians? Bahamians. Yeah, those are the funny ones. Why does history have to be so serious? It's never like two emperors meet, one of them like slapped the other one, and their countries went to war. Didn't the Austrians start a war over like some ridiculous stuff? Like just like, I don't know. You've been very helpful there today.
I could look up funny history.
Funny history, please do. Estate en medio a city.
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 1A for I-95 South toward Providence, Rhode Island.
How far did it take?
0.3 miles.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to figure out how to get over.
I'll get over it. I'll cut somebody off. This bread truck right here is gonna get it.
The lane right there.
Does funny history even exists?
Yes, the pyramids were older to the Romans than the Romans are to us.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Roman history is modern history in a sense. How's that funny though? That's not really funny. That's just old.
Use the
There's
right
a
2
picture
lanes to take
of
exit
the
1A.
queen trying not to laugh at her husband.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, England?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So Boston is just basically one endless traffic jam.
Continue for
During
21
World War
miles.
II, a Great Dane named Juliana was awarded the Blue Cross Medal in 1941 after she extinguished an acid bee by peeing on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's a small historic account.
Yeah.
I'm looking for like things that reshape the country's history. That's it?
I don't know. In 2012, a British couple jokingly invited the Queen to their wedding. She actually showed up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, dang.
A medieval cat's
Okay,
paw
I got
prints-
one. I got one. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
A medieval cat's paw prints on a manuscript from the 1100s.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is like a historical document. Somebody's cat.
Mm-hmm.
Just, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, recently, the King and the Queen of England, or whatever, there was like, I don't know which ones there were, like some King and Queen, were like outside of a building, and it was like a random building, and like this old guy was walking into the building to get something repaired, and it's just like somehow he managed to get past all the security. Because it's just like an old guy with like a walker carrying a bag. And he's like, they're taking photos of the King and the Queen. There's just like old guy just walking by with a walker trying to get inside a store. And everybody's like cracking up because like, I guess they just let him through. I guess I don't know. But it's hilarious because it's like this really serious photo. It's like all cops surrounding them. And then there's just this old guy trying to get into the store, like asking the King and the Queen to move or something so he can get in the store. He doesn't care. Like, I don't care what the crap, who you are. I'm getting this thing fixed. I'm talking about right there. Wow, we've been stuck in traffic for an hour and a half. Actually, we've been stuck in traffic longer than that, but this city sucks. This is just one endless traffic jam.
They didn't trust Benjamin Franklin to write the Declaration.
Let me stop you. First of all, if you're known for flying kites in the rain, like, please keep going.
They didn't trust him to write the Declaration of Independence because they feared he'd sneak jokes into it.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I told you. Benjamin Franklin was the guy. You ever seen him?
I had that feeling too.
He's on the $100 bill.
Yeah.
He looks like he's like about to crack a joke on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many? And it's accurate. You know how many times like his face has been shoved on a hooker's pants in a club somewhere. He looks like he'd enjoy that. Like he like Benjamin Franklin. You can tell he was hilarious. You can just look at him. He's all fat and funny looking, and his hair's all. You can tell he was a clown.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Franklin is the most hilarious person that's ever existed. You can tell. I told you. Like I mentioned, like he's flying a freaking kite in the rain. But that's why people that are funny are important to society. Because we discover or try things that other people wouldn't even dare think of. This guy was flying a freaking kite in a thunderstorm. Most people are like, he's on crack. And they're like, hey guys, you know if you fly a kite in the rain, you can get shocked by lightning? And they're like, Benjamin Franklin, we're trying to write the U.S. Constitution here. Bill of Rights. I tell you, man, you can tell he was funny. You ever seen him on a $100 bill?
Mm-hmm.
The $100 bill is the most iconic icon of currency in the world. Have you seen his face? He's not even looking straight at the camera, is he? He's like at an angle or something. Like he won't look straight at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's hilarious. Are you related to him?
Yes, they're on the line, yes.
Wow. You're related to the funniest person that's ever existed. Where's he from?
Benjamin Franklin?
Yeah.
Boston.
Cool. First of all, he dressed like a pimp. Have you seen his photos?
Yeah.
He's like dressed like a pimp, like with like a wig and a flower on his, a feather on his head. And, like you can tell he was like just a funny dude. Even in fact, like even though he's a politician, he was a politician, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Even though he was a politician, you think about him, you don't think about him being a politician. You think about him flying a kite in the rain, or him slapping Hamilton or something. You know, you don't really think about him. Like, even though he's a political figure, when you think about Benjamin Franklin, you think about his antics more than his political career. Kind of like Donald Trump in a way. Like, Donald Trump will not be remembered for his political career. He'll remember for his antics. Like 100 years from now, some people like.
You remember what you can say on YouTube?
Grab her by the Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Hey, that guy's hilarious, man. Well, wasn't like George W. Bush kind of hilarious? He went through a lot of like. George W. Bush had a few hilarious moments, right? Obama had a few hilarious moments too. I can't remember what they were right now though. Didn't Obama like dance to like something he wasn't supposed to or something? Obama had a few funny moments. George W. Bush had a few funny moments.
Yeah.
So Obama, then they catch him like smoking like behind. He wasn't.
Yeah,
he wasn't supposed to be smoking, but he would like sneak out of the White House, hide behind the bushes with like agents and smoke and stuff.
Yeah.
Like then a photographer captured a photo of like Obama hiding behind a column smoking. Like he was supposed to be quitting smoking, and he was like. George W. Bush was hilarious. Wasn't he quoted for saying something like, "The existence of evidence is not the evidence of," something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, find me some Obama funny quotes. Funny quotes from Obama or George W. Bush. I know George W. Bush had a few embarrassing moments. Can't remember off the top of my head. This guy's a scrapper. That crap right there. This guy's a crapper. Are we in Rhode Island yet? So Rhode Island will be state number 35 for us?
Yeah.
Entering Norwood.
If I had to name my greatest strength, I guess it would be my humility. Greatest weakness, it's possible that I'm a little too awesome.
Who said that?
Obama?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not funny though.
No.
Didn't he say the forbidden word in one talk? He used the N-word one time.
Yeah.
He got around his environment. He got too drunk to be like, I could.
It was discovered that he's like the 8th cousin to Dick Cheney. He said, I don't want to be invited to the family hunting party.
I tell you what, down there. Seemed like they would have some funny antics. What about George Bush? Look up George Bush.
I got
okay.
you.
All right.
At White House correspondent said, did you know Sheldon Adelson spent $100 million of his own money on negative ads? You really gotta dislike me to spend that kind of money. I mean, that's Oprah money. You could buy an island, call it Obama for that kind of money. Sheldon would have been better off spending $100 million to drop out of the race. And her off offered me $100 million to drop her out. I probably wouldn't have taken it, but I would have thought about it. Michelle would have taken it. You think I'm joking?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I finally know who the most hilarious historical figure is.
Mm-hmm.
When I say his name, you're gonna laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the most hysterical political or historical figure ever? When you say his name, the thing that comes to mind is all says it all. Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Bill Clinton. The end of the story. Bottom line. No historical figure.
Slowdown in 3 miles. You are still on the
Another
fastest route.
slowdown. No historical figure has ever been more funny than Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
When you say Bill Clinton, what comes to mind is, I did not have
Relations with that.
woman.
Yeah.
And then there was proof that he did. He lied. He lied because he was getting, yeah. I think Bill Clinton is beyond any reasonable doubt the most hilarious political figure ever. Because that will mark him. He's not known for nothing other than that. What about that? Wasn't there one a lady that wanted to be president from Alaska that was also hilarious? Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
Wasn't she like so dumb? Like people were just laughing. Even like her own supporters were cracking up at her. She was like the biggest clown ever. How about this one? Let's start a war with Disney. Alright, that's enough. That's enough of that. I think the French would have had some funny people. Wasn't Napoleon hilarious? Did he do anything funny?
I don't know.
Napoleon sounds like he'd done some interesting stuff. I think Napoleon has like one funny antic. Weren't the Kennedys all a bunch of traffickers?
What?
Weren't the Kennedys all a bunch of traffickers? And he slept with Marilyn Monroe or something?
What?
That wasn't the Kennedys?
They say he might have had an affair with her, but I don't know.
So there's somebody who said he did. Somebody went on a Blad TV interview. And if it's on Blad, it's real. I mean, there's no denying that.
Okay.
You don't go to Blad to lie about stuff. You go to Blad about bragging about stuff. A hilarious figure of history. Didn't the Japanese have like morbidly obese leaders?
What?
I'm sure they farted. Yeah, like the sumo people. Weren't they like leaders and stuff? No?
You get some ideas.
There has to be something about history that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I know a funny historical antic. You remember that video of Fidel Castro fall? Oh, I got two good ones.
Yeah.
When Fidel Castro slipped and fell face first after giving that speech. You ever watch that?
No.
There's a video of Fidel Castro falling. He was walking. He was like walking, right? And like off the stage after giving a speech.
Yeah.
And he like fell. He missed the steps and he flew face forward. And his hat fell off or something. It's a video on the internet.
Okay.
Here's another one. The King of Spain, or the Prince of Spain, one of the two, told the president of Venezuela, "Why don't you shut up?" Remember that one? ¿Por qué no te callas?
I thought you were gonna say when they did the funeral procession, it broke down.
In Cuba?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another Fidel Castro antic. The funeral wagon broke down.
Multiple times.
Multiple times, yeah. Yeah. But, no, I think it was the king. Do they have a king or a prince in Spain? I'm not sure.
Okay.
The king of Spain was at a, they were meeting a bunch of, like, important, dignitaries and stuff. And the president of Venezuela was just talking garbage. And the king of Spain was like, ¿Por qué no te callas, Lamar? Like, why won't this guy shut up?
Years ago.
That's history, right?
Yeah.
Why won't this guy shut up?
The first President Bush vomited on a dignitary.
I've heard that one, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that one. Dude, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. We're still 29 minutes. When do we enter Rhode Island?
Soon.
What's the sign say right here?
15. So.
Likely 15 miles from Rhode Island. Wow, dude, this is horrendous. It has literally taken us 2.5 hours to drive through the city. This is not fun at all. At least we're not on toll roads, are we?
No.
I have to use the bathroom so bad. I'm literally hurting myself right now. Like, it hurts. The passenger in that car is sleeping. Maybe we'll see Brian driving we gotta look out for Brian's car.
What?
Brian from Family Guy. He drives a Prius, a white Prius. If you see a dog driving a white Prius, let me know.
Okay.
Any other hilarious historical things? Didn't Tony Blair have an incident that was hilarious?
I don't remember.
The Portuguese are funny people. I bet they got some stuff going on in their country's history. Look up dumbest laws ever. Now we're stopped. Now we're going.
New Hampshire law forbids you to tap your feet, nod your head, or in any way keep time to the music in a tavern, restaurant, or cafe. You may not run machinery on Sundays.
I think I might have done that.
Alabama does not allow stink bombs or confetti.
We lived in Alabama. At no point did I ever even know that while living there. So that's kind of dumb.
Alaska bans you from getting drunk in a bar.
Where are you supposed to get drunk? In your car?
The police do not enforce this.
Oh crap.
Yeah. In Arizona, you cannot spit in public.
I grew up in Arizona.
Yeah.
A little bit more elaborate than just spit.
$2,500 fine and 6 months in prison.
For what?
Spitting in public in Arizona.
6 months in prison?
Yeah.
For spitting in public?
Yep.
That's ridiculous. That's not enforced.
In Arkansas, you must pronounce the name correctly.
That sounds like a racist law. Like, hey boy, you better pronounce that right. We're gonna put you in jail. But sir, I don't care where you're from. You're going to jail now, boy. Oh my gosh, haven't we made videos in Arkansas laughing at how to pronounce the state's name wrong? I'm pretty sure there's warrants out for me in Arkansas.
Nah.
Didn't I make a video in Arkansas where we argued about if it's Arkansas or Arkansas?
Yeah. I don't think they're enforcing it.
Wow, I can have a warrant out for me in Arkansas for saying their name wrong.
I don't think it's enforced.
Remember when we had one video where we argued if it was Arkansas or Arkansas?
in Colorado, you're not allowed to catapult. In Connecticut, pickles must bounce
That's a
when
dumb.
dropped from a height of 1 foot.
If they don't, who's dropping pickles to see if they bounce? BBB, Better Business
That would
Bureau.
be my question.
Why do they have a Better Business Bureau on their car?
From a height of 1 foot.
My question is, whoever lawmaker made that law needs to get fired because that's stupid.
It was from 1948.
Who was dropping pickles to see if they bounced?
I know, right?
Yeah. Who knew a pickle could bounce? I guess they like their pickles fresh down there.
Florida has a no selling children law, which should probably be in every state.
Florida man would find a reason to sell a child. And even though I've seen that happen in Florida regardless.
Gainesville, Georgia, you are not allowed to eat fried chicken with utensils.
We've been there. I'm pretty sure we've had fried chicken over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it never occurred to me to use a utensil. But if I did, I'd be a criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A tourist was arrested for chicken forking in 2009.
Arrested? Oh, it's an arrestable offense?
Yeah.
Forking a chicken? Do these people work for the Better Business Bureau? Why?
There's even a link to it, the article.
This is worse than San Francisco traffic. Wow, this is bad. I'm surprised our phone hasn't frozen. It's been almost 2 hours. The longest recording we've ever done for our channel. But it clearly illustrates how horrible Boston sucks. At least when you look at traffic. Xfinity Center. This is unreal.
No billboards in Hawaii.
It's an island. I mean, you don't want
Yeah.
billboards. I can.
Yeah.
And they
I
have
get
hurricanes that are massive, so that makes sense. I hate billboards. I think billboards should be banned unless they're like super historical. I'm not against that one. In Louisville, Kentucky, you can't carry ice cream in your back pocket.
Yeah. In Idaho, they I don't know if I can say that, so you can't eat someone without their permission. Yeah.
Let me see that. Your censorship, I can't even understand what you're saying. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a vegetarian, but I'm gonna stay off the flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much. That's illegal in a lot of places. Why would their state have to specifically provide a provision to clarify that in that state that it's not welcome? Dang, these new BMWs are fat on factory 2023s.
In Indiana,
That's crazy.
if your cat is black on Friday the 13th, they must wear a bell going around.
That's a stupid law. The new BMW SUV comes with factory 23s. It's the biggest factory rims I think I've ever seen on a car that's made on that scale. This is unbearable. There's a town called Marlboro. Wow. This is worse than living in Lehigh.
Kansas outlawed snowballs
Oh, that's stupid.
in Topeka.
Topeka sucks.
Yeah. Kentucky, you're not allowed to duel.
You know how a duel is like where you gotta grab a sword and like One of us has
or something else. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see people in Kentucky engaging in that type of behavior. And I don't think that law is going to prevent that type of behavior in Kentucky, because that's just what people in Kentucky like to do.
It's illegal to steal somebody else's crawfish in Louisiana.
Yeah, so... Yeah, you take somebody's crawfish, we're going to have a problem.
In the state of Maine, it is illegal to advertise on tombstones.
Oh my. I'm sorry. But why would you?
Damn.
I'm about as vicious of a salesperson as you're going to find. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Not even I would. Actually, I have considered advertising on my tombstone. You know, did I ever tell you that I want my tombstone to be a YouTube logo?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I want my YouTube, my tombstone has to be a YouTube. If I get buried, I'm okay getting burned. I don't know if I ever told you this.
Yeah.
It'll depend on what. Do a GoFundMe. I'm sure they'll help you bury me decently and have to get burned. But I want that tombstone where it's like a YouTube logo. You know, it's just a YouTube logo. That's it. That's it. Just the YouTube logo and rock. That's it.
Do you want a link to your channel? Those are your work?
Yeah. And then on top, a brass link to my channels where you can like scan it with your phone. And then I can make money even after I'm dead. Provided that somebody keeps uploading videos to my channel for 6 months. Unless they change the rules.
In Maryland, you're not allowed to cuss while driving.
In Maryland?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've done that in Maryland. I can't believe how many of these laws I've broken. It's like, I've done that.
In Massachusetts, it's illegal to dance to the national anthem. Never would have occurred me to do that.
There'll be order in the house, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is unbelievable. It's taking us 2 hours to drive to the city. In bumper traffic.
Michigan. Until 2006, every citizen of Michigan was encouraged to be a bounty hunter. An act Yeah, it was repealed in 2006. In Minnesota, you're not allowed to grease up a pig.
Well, yeah. You're not allowed to grease up a pig if it's alive. What if it's dead? How you won't be able to catch it? That's hilarious. I'm sure there's a you won't imagine like if you grease up a pig and then you let it loose, nobody could catch it. That's hilarious. See, that's the type of people right there we need in society that come up with stuff like that. Greasing up a pig that's the type of thing that right there. That right there.
It is considered, since 1971, it's been considered a misdemeanor to operate, run, or participate in any activity where a pig is oiled up and released with the object of pig recapture.
Don't make me laugh too hard. I haven't used the bathroom in 2 hours.
Yeah. Same goes for turkey scrambles.
Can you imagine that? Grabbing a pig, greasing it up, and then letting it go in a city?